When I was just a little girl. When I was little, I could be anything. But I could never remember to make a list of all the things I wanted to be. So now I have scattered memories of all the things that I wanted to, like a dancer, a professional doll player, Mrs. Teddy Bear. Well, my teddy bear was called Dumana, so I wanted to be Mrs. Dumana, and Madhuri Dixit. Not necessarily in that order. When I was just a little girl, I asked my mother, what will I be? I never asked my mother what I'd be. I knew instinctively what she would say. It was a deep knowing which started from her womb, and through the umbilical cord, it came to my heart. All my mother ever wanted to be was at home. Tending to daily chores in the warm cocoon of domesticity was her dream. But fate had other plans for her. So she spent her prime years being a working mother, managing like millions of mothers do, but always wanting to be somewhere else, anywhere but where she was. Conquering the world was all right, but all she ever wanted from me was that I conquer my household. When I grew up and fell in love, I asked my sweetheart what lies ahead. I grew up in an academic household, so studies were paramount. Studies came before play and toys, before novels and boys. I did, as I was told, all I ever wanted to be was a good student. Beyond that, life was a bit hazy. I didn't bother with the whys in the house. All I knew was that if I got straight A's, I'd live a blessed life. Now, anyone who has lived with this lie knows the deep, deep dark of inevitable disillusionment that is just around the corner. Many a people decide to take a lifelong bath in that lake. I chose to suspend skipping stones and hop on them. Well, it was uncomfortable being on my toes all the time, but it was infinitely more fun. The man who wanted to marry me did not get this about me, even though this was the thing that he found most thrilling about me. He didn't understand why I would leave the sanitized security of writing software for diesel cars in order to do 100 different things, most of which I was not even good at. Event management, website writing, travel sales, suicide hotlining. What was even more confusing to him was how happy I was with the confusion, even as I walked into ever hazier fogs. All I wanted to do was to hold his hand. All he wanted to do was to see where we were going. It wasn't a good fit after all. That was 4 years ago. In these 4 years, I have been as many big things and about 40 small things. I have dipped my fingers into pools to test temperatures, and I have dived headlong into waters without checking for the depth. I have gotten hurt. Who wouldn't? But I have also hit pay dirt. Sure, some nights are tinged with regret. I remember what my mother used to tell me in her womb. I worry about what I will leave when I am gone. A scattering of half-baked careers for Hansel and Gretel to follow. I wonder why I'm not like the others. I beat myself up all the time. I have the invisible bruises to show you. Some nights are like this. In others, I'm too busy making a life for myself and having fun in order to bother with unanswerable philosophical conundrums. In others, I think, why should I be like the others? In others, I am healing my wounds out in the open and realizing that this is lighting someone up. It's a good life overall. At least that's what I think today, but ask me again tomorrow. Now I have children of my own. They ask their mother, what will I be? I don't have children of my own. But through the tunnels of possibilities that I see through time and space and universes where I do have children, I'd like to tell them that, que sera, sera, whatever will be, will be. The future's not ours to see. Que sera, sera, what will be, will be. Thank you.